Philip II of Spain, also known as the Prudent, was born the 21st of May of 1554 and had the control of several territories like Portugal, Naples and Sicily, England and Ireland, Milan and many others. He was the son of Charles V and Isabella of Portugal, and he inherited the territories from his father's Spanish Empire. This caused to the Spanish Empire become the biggest of the world at that moment and the most influential empire. To govern his coast empire, he selected the capital of Madrid, where he spent most of the time, and he surrounded himself with an important amount of bureaucracy to support his style of government. The reign of Philip II is divided into three main stages: the defense of the Catholicism, the protection of the empire, and the territorial expansion. As an ultra-Catholic king, the most influential in Europe, he assumed the power of the protector of the Catholicism. He prohibited the students of his empire to go to universities of other countries to avoid that they took Protestant ideas and spread them through the empire. He also used the Inquisition to persecute the suspicious of practicing a Protestant religion and censor books that were considered dangerous for the Catholicism. He used his army and political influence to protect the Catholicism and stop the expansion of the Protestantism and the Ottoman Empire, who believed in Islam. The second main stage was the protection of the empire in all of their forms: social, religious, and political. The main problem Philip had was against France. They were in war with France because they were supporting the Flemish rebels, and it ended the 10th of August of 1557 in the Battle of Saint-Quentin. Thanks to this, they built the monastery of El Escorial and established the festivity of San Lorenzo in the day of the battle, but that's another story. Other important problem was against the Ottomans, an empire that was extending at a rising rate and wasn't acceptable to Philip because, as I said before, they believed in Islam and Philip was ultra-Catholic. He couldn't allow that, so he formed the Liga Santa, a military coalition made by the Hispanic monarchy with ultra-Catholic ideals who welcomed the Papal States, the Republic of Venice, the Order of Malta, the Republic of Genoa, and the Duchy of Savoy to combat the expansion of the Ottoman Empire in the Mediterranean. The most important battle was the Battle of Lepanto, in which the Catholic allies won. The third problem Philip faced were the Netherlands. They adopted the Calvinist ideals and wanted to become independent, so Philip sent the Tercios to the Netherlands. The Netherlands had the support of the enemies of Spain, France, Germany, and England. In 1579, the people of Netherlands decided to proclaim the independence of the United Provinces, an independence that Philip II won't accept, and they will be fighting until the next two reigns, the one of Philip III and Philip IV. The third and last stage was the defense of the empire. Philip II wanted to maintain the territories he inherited or even expand them. So, at this period, the Spanish Empire experimented many territorial expansions. It has three main ones: the one of the Atlantic and the Pacific, the one of Portugal, and the one of England. Philip II continued to expand its territories on the Americas and colonize new ones apart from them, like the Philippines, in honor to Philip II, or Florida. Another important territorial expansion is the one of Portugal. As Philip II was the son of an infanta, he claimed the throne of Portugal, because Don Sebastian, the king of that country, died in the Battle of Alcázar-Quibir in 1580. At first, the Portuguese didn't recognize Philip II as their king, so he entered in Portugal and defeated them in the Battle of Alcántara in 1580. So then, he got all the colonies that Portugal had in their possession. The last most important expansion was the one of England. In 1554, Philip II married with Mary I of England and became the King of England and Ireland. Years later, Philip died the 13th of September in El Escorial, and his son Philip III inherited his throne the year he died, 1598.